Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today, for this video, we'll be converting this Office OEM into a full-blown gaming PC. So let's go right into it. Also, before we forget, 2 upgrades we're going to make to the build, which is we're going to be upgrading this power supply to a ATX power supply and a more powerful one. And we upgraded the motherboard, which we'll get more in details about it throughout the video. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to deassemble this case, deassemble the parts we need from this case, and yeah, we'll be moving on to the next step. Now that we took the parts we need, we're going to be briefly reassembling this, and this one will be sold as parts, either individually or all together as a bundle, which I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet, but we'll decide on the time. Now that we've completed the deep cleaning process off camera, we'll be moving on to the motherboard assembly, bringing in the motherboard itself. Before I do so, I will be bringing a box so we can have some stable ground and not damage the back pins. Bring in the CPU. The CPU is an Intel Core i7 6700 clocked at 3.4 GHz. Now we're going to move on to the RAM sticks. So we do have a kit of 2 by 8 GB clocked at 2666 MHz. Started by slots 1 and slots 3. That's where we're going to be putting the RAM sticks in here. We're going to be moving on to the CPU cooler. So we'll be moving on to the case. Now that we remove the panels off the case, we're going to be moving on to the motherboard assembly. Now bringing the case in, we're going to be installing the motherboard. Now that the motherboard is secured in place, we're going to be moving on to installing the graphics card into the case. Now the graphics card that will be installed in this computer is this EVGA 1660 Super, which we did paint in a video, which I'll be linking it down in the description below. And also you guys might be recognizing this GPU from the previous episode of building budget gaming PCs for a profit. Yeah, we do have a problem with that computer. We'll be moving on to putting the power supply into the build. Now that is completed, we're going to be moving on to installing the SSD to the case. So forgetting to mention, this is a Corsair CX 550 watt power supply unit. Now we have this 512 GB SSD. Now that we're completed from the front, we're going to move on to the cable management. Now that we completed the build, you may be asking how much did the build really cost? So as you can see on the screen, the parts list, all the parts came in a total of $476.68. Do keep in mind this is all in Australian dollars. Overall the build came amazing. Prices, now that that's over with, the main concern and the biggest question of today's video is, after converting the Office OEM PC into a gaming PC, how does it perform in 2025? As you can see in the next clips will be gameplay footage, and if you do want the full benchmark performance video, it will be linked in the description below. And if you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you believe, whatever the case may be. If you guys got any ideas or any sort of opinions, I will be replying to everyone as much as possible.
Making effective fire. Marking new safe zone.
Bomb right now. One down.
The hunt begins.